I haven't started yet. Now I am started. What do you think about that? I'm started. Once we get it started, we started hot. And I'm gonna be doing my game, like it or not. This is all I got. Oh no! That stings like a fart. Shopping at Kmart. My rhyme schemes are murderous. Join the onslaught. No. That's okay. Alright. Oh no! I do everything I can to make sure that everything's set up and just nothing's ever enough. It seems that my old switch is unplugged here. I gotta make some adjustments. Left the cats, made sure of that. Oh, I said the F word. Hopefully the algorithm didn't pick up on that. Oh boy. Did that do it? Did that work? Yes, yes it did. Is it connected? Is it connected? Yes, yes it is. Alright, 2 for 2. Very nice. Alright, so here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, throwing hands again. Here I go. Turn the page, or doom scroll if you want, doesn't really matter. Thank you for joining. I'm here to demonstrate positive activity by making decisions. So I have a decision of what I want to do, just like you. You can continue on doom scrolling through YouTube, or you can take this opportunity to just reflect on yourself, how your posture is, how your breathing is, what activities you're doing, and anything that would motivate you to do something more. I can't motivate you, but I can hope to inspire you to want to overcome in this moment and do a little bit more. So that's what I'm hoping to do. And the way that I do it for myself is by saying, what am I doing right now? I'm just sitting here watching TV of shows that I don't really care to want to watch right now. So what would I like to do something better, do something different? And it's raining outside, it's night, cold, but inside, I have this cool game for the Switch. And it's a boxing game, so I throw on these weighted gloves. Don't forget to smash that like button if you're watching, by the way. And I just get moving. So I put on this game, and I'll show you the opening here. This is Janice. She's telling me what's up. She's getting me going, right? Just the way that I'm going to show you how to keep going. And then you set the controller up by pressing the little buddy wuddies. Yeah. And then we lock and load. It's a rhythm game. So you get, two little, you gotta match the rhythm with the movement. And that's how you do, So I could be sitting down. Instead, I choose to get up and get moving. And I feel like that's the healthier option in comparison to sitting down. And the comparison I'm making, I'm identifying to myself. We don't want to compare, we want to identify strategies that are going to help strengthen us. We don't want to compare to someone else's, where they're at. That's not my case. I'm not trying to be like, hey, look where I'm at, I'm doing so good. I'm just trying to show you this is where I'm at. I don't think this is great where I'm at, just a small ability to get up and get moving, but this is good enough for now, right? And when I do these movements, I do them with knowledge, and I focus on my breathing, and I watch my posture, and this is great compared to just sitting down and being stagnant. This is getting my body moving. Every muscle that can be utilized is getting utilized. This is body uppercuts right here. I like it because it really incorporates the abs. You have to kind of duck down and make a punch. It's great. And I take it to the next level by wearing weights. This is my strategy right here. I have an outlet to challenge myself and say, hey, that's enough sitting down right now. Isn't there something else I'd like to do? And a lot of people that play video games, I used to be the same way. I had a great RuneScape account back in the day. I had a wonderful RuneScape account. It's gone now, but I took lots and lots of hours. I even put some good time into Valhalla 2 years ago. But I just can't seem to keep into it. But at least when I play a video game like this, I'm developing motion. I'm hitting my cardio. I'm stimulating my muscles. This to me is the healthy option. Yeah. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. You see a lot of streamers focusing a lot on their chats. I'll get to chat between sessions here. This is like shadow boxing with a purpose. Because it's in a video game form. Okay. Alright, see? That's one round. Thank you for the like and support. Hi, Tammy. Thank you very much. You are making me feel good about streaming because I'm not here for hundreds of views, but it is a little discouraging that content that promotes health and well-being gets a marginal fraction of the views that people who are just here for idiocracy get. What really aggravates me about myself is that I fall for aggravating content. And I notice, like, when I watch aggravating content, see, this is the challenge for me. I gotta make sure I focus on my breathing and stuff. But when it comes to aggravating content, it gets a lot of views and it gets a lot of traction. It gets a lot of comments. And I'm never going to get that kind of stuff because this isn't annoying people. But I'll tell you, what I do believe in is being the change you want to see. So instead of just getting mad about content creators who are just here to, like, have you seen the uwu guy and girl? I didn't even know that they were up and coming until my roommate shared it with me, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen them. Uwu, uwu, is that what I have to do, woo? In order to get view woos, I have to do my boxing game and say uwoos? I don't want that. I'd rather go quiet and let you just absorb the idea, and this is a challenge right here with the Velcro. Yeah, come on, I don't have to do that kind of stuff with views. I'd rather just share ability and ideas. This is an idea of what to do. Because if I didn't have this boxing game, I would just be sitting down, having no outlet for my energy, or want to build my cardio. But this is fun. This is just a game. I'm trying to get that high score. This isn't about being tough. This isn't about, it is about getting stronger. But partly, because obviously if I really wanted to focus my attention on getting stronger, I would put it in something that would build strength a little bit quicker than just this, but this does build core. This does help the cardio. And I think most importantly is the mindset. Stimulating the mindset. Oh. Whew. That was just the warm-up. Thank you for watching. Poofy. Ha. I appreciate you guys. But you know, my whole intention here, because I don't really want to stroke my own ego. I'm not here to be like, this is so great, I can do this. This is just a video game that offers me an outlet to be able to function more at a higher level. I used to be 300 pounds. You can see that photo on my YouTube channel on the community page. It's constant daily vigilance that creates change in your life. 1 degree change compounded over time. That's how you lose 100 pounds of weight. That's how you defeat being on the streets. That's how you save up enough money to buy a car. Constant daily vigilance. And 1 degree change over time. So, diets, they fail. Gym memberships get paid for and never gone to. Why is this? Because we're not used to those things. We have to start with 1 degree change. Where if you're not a creature of the gym, it's not going to be a likely idea for you to just start going. But I mean, there is a level of making change. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try. You shouldn't start if that's what you want to do. But perfect practice makes perfect. And there is a level of fake it till you make it. A lot of people just find that they don't do it. It's like after it starts to get a little tough. With something like this though, with a video game to help get you moving, you don't gotta fake nothing. You're just playing a game. 1 second though, I am starting to, I gotta open the window. Come to my window. Come to my window. I have cats. Come to my window. Oh. Twist. And that twisting movement's important. Twist. Twist. Doing that extra twist movement. And this feels so good, just like twisting my spine. Like doing these kind of movements, you don't think about when you're sitting down and you're not really doing anything. But once you start going, once you start moving, and really getting in tune with your body, I think we have a lot of disconnect from ourselves to the phones and stuff. Twist. Twist. And what I really like about this game is that it starts just one simple movement. You just get up, you put it on, you start following along. And anyone can do this one simple movement. And to someone who doesn't do much in a day, or that, whatever the reason that you haven't experienced this kind of motion in a while, this is the kind of motion that's going to start you on the right course and the right path to be something better for yourself. But you have to have a goal. It's not about when you start, it's about that you start. You have to have a goal. For me, I knew that 200 pounds was always my goal. So when I turned 300 pounds, I said no. That was disgusting. I didn't like it. People always tell you though, that's how people don't really help you along the way. People want to make you feel good and comfort you. So people will tell you, oh, you hold that weight well. You don't look like you're 300 pounds. Everybody else is fat. This is America, right? That kind of stuff. But I guess that's where you have to really hold yourself accountable, regardless of other people's opinions, and figure out what method of overcoming you want to do. And like I said, gym memberships, I've been there. I've had the gym membership for 2 years, and you never went in more than the first day. So I've been there. Diets. The only diet that's ever worked for me has been lemon juice. And this is what I'm talking about, 1 degree change. It's not about changing your entire dietary setup, although that might have to occur in some level as well. But if you start with just training your body, training yourself to ingest lemon juice first thing in the morning, it creates a pattern of behavior that makes you challenge the rest of your decisions through the day. Not to mention the great benefit of, so it does make you feel better. It gives you energy. It helps your mind feel more positive, lemon juice. So it's added, and that makes your other decisions throughout the day easier too. Because there's a great book called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And if you pretend that lemon is your frog, then the rest of your decisions for the day are going to be a lot easier. The tough decisions about the work that you have to put in. And I know you might not understand the context of what I'm talking about, so you have to read that book. It's an audio book too if you want. Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. He talks about doing the worst thing you can think about, mentally preparing yourself for the day to get going. Highly recommend. Brian Tracy is a huge mentor of mine. Changed my life. All the Brian Tracy philosophy videos and mentoring videos, time management videos really changed my life. Body uppercuts. See, and that's another way that this game really rocks. It links different exercises together. So the first one was a warm-up to body uppercuts. And now it's, we're really throwing the good uppercuts here. Thank you for watching. Twist up. Twist up. And those little twist movements, they're like Russian twists. You know, these are Russian twists, and the added weighted gloves when you do the movements absolutely adds a little bit of extra endurance. Can you lighthouse a chicken sandwich? What does that even mean? Whew. And this isn't a heavy mode. This is just a regular mode right here, so I have company coming later, so I just wanted to get a quick 30-minute exercise in. So this is what I choose to do when I'm in that zone where you tell yourself, you know you want to do something more, but how? Oh, I just don't have the time. Well, that's what makes me a creator, because I don't find the time, I make the time. Am I right? That's what makes you a creator. I don't know where I find the motivation, but motivation comes from within. Inspiration you can find from outside sources. So sometimes I use my disgust of, again, like you see these content creators being just annoying, doing nothing. Anyone else here ever see Troxin? Troxin and his ear grape. Oh. Okay. This is where I start getting a little quiet as the sweat starts to come out, because I want to do these exercises right. The better I do the exercise, the more result I get from it. See, there's a whole twisting movement I'm missing right now. Twist. Twist. visualizations, mental visualizations of doing the right movements. That's the double-edged sword about YouTube. It helps me with my accountability, but as far as the attention, it splits it. So I have 100% accountability, but I share my attention between two screens. And as we've already said, where your attention goes, your energy flows. Well, it's important I allow myself to put the attention into my movements and into the game, as well as giving respect to my streamers. How we doing, people? He ain't nothing. Oh, that's not bad. No, that's funny though. Because that's, again, we have choices, right? I can sit down and I can choose to get high. I can drink. You know, it's my day off, quote unquote. It's my day off, right? This is what I call working harder on yourself than you do at your job. Of course, I mean myself. But for you and us, right? Like, how do we identify these patterns? That's what I want to bring awareness to with my stream. And that's what I'm trying to share the idea of. It's like awareness to growth for yourself here in the moment. Like, I have proclivity to want to just drink and get numb. And I could continue to do that. However, in the moment that I realize I have an opportunity to do more, I owe it to myself to do that more that I recognize. So that's why I challenge myself. And then YouTube, I put YouTube on for accountability purposes. So now I come on and I say to you, hey, I feel this feeling of inspiration and motivation, and I want to try this game, and I want to move. I put this on, so now I can't just shut this off halfway through. Not without accountability. I put on this half-hour game, and I say, hey, I'm doing this for 30 minutes. This is the game mode I'm playing, and I want to share this with you. So now I have a responsibility to do what I say I'm going to do. For you and for me. I owe it to me. I owe it to the man in the recording, and I owe it to the people who are talking to me as well. But most importantly, I owe it to me. And these simple movements, it's all it takes to stay in shape, to gain shape, to sculpt yourself. You know, they say circle is a shape. That's the joke I used to make when I was heavy too. But it's something else entirely to be able to take a round ball and sculpt a body out of it. And there's a lot better content creators than me to prove this point. I'm just bottom barrel. This is bottom barrel content, honestly. This is just for the people that need that little push of inspiration to say, I can do that too. You know, like, you can absolutely do the things that I'm doing right here. And better. You know, that guy that does the 500 push-ups every night? 500 push-ups, 300 squats, and he goes, you got a problem with me, you got a problem with the United States Marine Corps, I'm not that guy. I don't believe you need to do 500 push-ups and be held accountable to that level. I'm just here to say, it's possible, and if it's to be, it's up to me to be better than you were yesterday. You don't have to do those kind of push-ups, but you do have to do something. The Numa Numa guy. I love to reference the Numa Numa guy. You know what we're talking about. He lost a lot of weight doing that dance. Because he knew he had to start somewhere, and he did everything he could. What makes a person recognize their opportunity that they have to start doing something more? I think it's a big part in the way that they manage their disgust. By being able to handle disgust and say, no more of this. I am disgusted by the way I'm living. I don't want to live like this. I know there's better out there. I know I can get it. How do I get it? Other people have done it. How do I do it? And that is motivation for change. That's where they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So if you find any inspiration or knowledge from any of my videos, maybe it's time to recognize that you're ready. You're ready to learn a different way of being for yourself, a different strategy today. And I'm trying to share it with you, as well as be the change that I want to see as well. And that's my working harder on myself than I do at my job moment. And I thank you for coming along for the ride. I don't know how far down the road I'll be able to carry this boat to drive this tank. But for right now, promise the tank will keep on rolling. And if you want support, I would like to hit 1,000 subscribers before New Year's. I know it's not impossible, but the end is in sight for that goal. If you see any, if you find any motivation in these videos or anything of value, please consider just hitting subscribe. You don't gotta do anything else. Except what you owe yourself. How do you get through today, you know? Oh, this is where I start kind of, my muscles now, they're starting to feel good. Keeping my hands up is challenging. It's no longer just this fun game, right? Now it's a challenge. Now I have to teach myself I can do more than my body's telling me I want to do. And suddenly I'm stronger than I was that last moment that I thought about it. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Just keep the movement. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like if you support as well. You can get the results you want and still make the choices you want in life. You can still eat the things you want, but you just gotta recognize that your goals, it took me like 4 years to lose that 100 pounds. But what happened was, you know, like everybody, I had a whole journey of weight loss. I would lose weight, I would put it back on, I would lose weight. So I say ultimately it took 4 years for me to lose 100 pounds, even though I had in the past dropped weight, put it back on, I don't consider any of that. I consider from the point that I recognized I was overweight at 300 and then set that 1 degree change of how I was going to manage it. Not with gym memberships, but with constant daily lemon juice. That was helping the diet, because now first thing in the morning I take lemon juice, and that helps my body to get the nutrients and it increases your metabolism. Another great thing about the lemon juice is it kickstarts your metabolism first thing in the morning. Your immune system, your metabolism, your circulation, it's great for your brain. So I can't say enough how any good weight loss journey can easily start with a 1 degree change of putting lemon juice in a glass of water first thing in the morning. That's what worked for me. The power of a superfruit. Like Richard Simmons. I think I saved myself. Again, just keeping my hands up now is a big challenge for me. And this is excellent. And I'm taking a game and I'm making it into an activity. One that I can take pride in. Because that's the only thing I feel like I should take pride in. Is my work. I don't want to take pride in my money or in where I live or who I know. The only thing I feel good about taking pride in is the value of the work that I put out. And even then, once it's gone, it's gone. Once you got a day's work in and done and you take pride, pride goes before the fall. Then you gotta invent yourself and reinvent yourself. But this is working harder on yourself than you do at your job. And when you work harder on yourself than you do at your job, there are potential opportunities that open themselves up to you, including but not limited to more energy. They say to have enthusiasm, you must act enthusiastic. And I think a lot of people have trouble acting. Even acting, again, fake it till you make it. It's hard to even act enthusiastic when you don't have any bodily support. Your body does communicate with you. As above corresponds with below, so below does correspond with above. This is the way. So empowering and giving your brain the nutrients and the power it needs is more important than the gas you put in your car. And it's very comparable too. A good model car, you want something that's going to have performance and live longer, you put a high octane gas. So challenge your diet. I'm on the cool down part of my exercise right now, but this is 30 minutes of just a little exercise. Oh, swaybacks. Okay, see, this is a little nifty exercise in the game called swaybacks. And these I like them because they feel good for the back, you get your spine moving and whatnot. However, the senses, it's always the challenge in this game that can be a little hard to overcome and not cheat on the movement. Because you got to make sure the senses get a motion strike, which just moving backwards might not generate that kind of motion, that kind of force. So then you're stuck trying to do something like this. You see, I'm trying to jerk my hands and create that sensor, which isn't perfect practice. So now I'm trying to speed run here. That's okay, because it's still fun and it's still energizing and it gets me moving and it engages my core. And this is what I like about this game. And I think anybody who gets kind of burnt out from not really having much to do as far as options in their house, like, yeah, maybe you have a gym. Maybe you're just in that same position where you're not understanding just quite yet that having those resources isn't changing your character, isn't changing your habits, isn't changing your patterns of behavior. Having that, right? And then maybe you beat yourself up for having all the equipment and never using it. But that's okay, because we're not going to compare to other people who have equipment and do succeed with it. We want to identify what equipment do we need to put around us to do what we want to do, which is hit that activity level, which is to burn a certain number of calories and to get our heart rate up to a certain BPM. You know, so you don't have to beat yourself up over what you haven't done. If that's not for you, it's not for you. Don't compare, identify. What is it that you want to do for yourself to get you moving? Maybe you want to go outside and walk or look at something in nature. Geocaching was a great platform for people to get up and get moving, get going outside. And it was an option that was on your phone and whatnot. Another example of how technology can be used to empower your genome rather than destroy yourself and lock you in chairs and whatnot. But as far as responsibility and accountability goes, I held myself accountable for this moment and I overcame and I achieved what I wanted to. Thank you for supporting. Give a shout out here, Tammy back. Thank you so much. Hello again. Again, thank you for the love and support. It says number 2, but you're number 1 to me. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I appreciate your opinion. Well, you're partly right. At worst, you're partly right. You know what I mean? At best, that's all it is. So at the same time, I am generating I got some sweat going on, and I'm demonstrating an activity for other people that might want to endorse it for themselves. It is just a demonstration, but you could say the same thing about people like Billy Blake, Cheryl Teagues, just to name a couple off the top of my head. Like those kind of fitness instructors who do guy like that. It is just talking and swinging my hands, but I'm being the change that I want to see, which is important to me. So thank you for your opinion there, Will. I do appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone else that understands the deeper purpose. Because part of it is just talking and swinging my hands. Part of it is that. But the other part is this. Is hitting that score. Is doing proper movements. It's this. It's punching this stamp. So that I can look back and see how many times I did it this month. And no, I haven't done it as much as I want to. Like even just once a week isn't enough for me. But if I could do it at least once a week, just once a week of 30 minutes to 45 minutes of activity, I think is all it takes for me at this time to stay in shape, which is 200 to 210 pounds. I'm at my goal weight because of activities like this, because of a simple game that incentivizes simple movements. And this to me is the future. This is where it's going right here. Because they're even trying out different games and stuff for people in China where they're working and they're generating video game characters levels through working characters. Thank you very much, Sammy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can follow along for the progress because just a year ago I was abusing alcohol, and then 6 months before that I was living right. So my life is absolutely waves, hills, and valleys. Waves and troughs, and my thing is I don't know where I'm going, but it's not for me to know. I have to just walk the road. I have to not know what's around the corner and continue to walk whatever position I find myself in. But self-awareness, self-consciousness, so I've been streaming for about 40 minutes now, and I achieved what I wanted to. I'm not big for content creating because I don't like to waste people's time. I know your time's important, and I just wanted to take a moment to share with you some ideas. When you start to feel like you've been sitting down for too long and there's nothing else to do, you need to put stuff in your life that's going to give you the opportunity to move more. And I find these kind of video games, there is a lot of different games on the Switch. And there are other ones on Xbox Connect. And the VR systems, I want a VR head system so badly for these new games that I see all the time. All these new exercise games they have. They have great MMA games. I can't wait. I want to have one someday, and maybe then I'll stream those too, and we'll have a better connection, and I'll show video games like they do. But for right now, this is how I'm able to share my message of self-awareness building. It's just an idea. It starts with me sitting in the chair and saying, well, I've done all that I wanted to do. You smoke, you drink, you relax. What comes after that? That is not the end all. And that's where people get really messed up in their behaviors at work. They talk about that all the time at work. They don't want to be there. They want to go back and just relax. They just don't want to do the work. The work is what should give you meaning, purpose, and challenge. Work is an opportunity. Gives you opportunity. Work is not your enemy. So I think that if we're unable to appreciate working on ourselves, we're unable to appreciate work for others. Kind of like they say, if you don't like yourself, I'm still talking, ain't I? But you got to appreciate working on yourself before you can appreciate working for others. Doing a job for yourself, whatever the job is, whether you're mopping floors, whether you're picking products for stores, you have to. The work is its own reward. You can tell I'm from New England. I got no R's in my vocabulary. And then my gloves get sweaty. These are weighted gloves, if I didn't mention that. So the way I keep them from not stinking to high heaven is I put some rubbing alcohol in them. I rub high rubbing alcohol on my gloves. That helps to keep them from getting all the sweat build up. These are good gloves, actually. I've had other weighted gloves before, but these ones are nice. I like the way that they distribute the weight across the back of the wrist and the back of the palm. There's 2 pounds here, 1 and 1. And I've had gloves before where it was just 2 palms in the back of the hand. I'm still talking. Hey, nothing good lasts forever, Tammy. I do have to sign off in a little bit. I have company coming, and I'm not. I'll stick around. I'll stick around a little bit till I can't anymore. Until the wind changes. How about that? I'll give you my Mary Poppins promise. I will stay until the wind changes. What does that mean, Mary Poppins? It means when I blow a fart sideways, that's when I'm heading out, kid. What? No. So let's put the rubbing alcohol in the gloves, and that's how I keep these nice and clean so I can exercise again with them in the future. But I just want you to consider, besides that game, I also have this one right here. It's called the Ring Con. This is a resistance band. So when I push in on this is like a bow in reverse, obviously, instead. But like this is more like a bow pulling it, right? But this is a resistance band pushing it in. And I can feel that right there in my bicep, just like doing little things like that. So this is a good exercise game as well. There's a lot of mini games that you can play with this on the Switch. Switch controller goes in here, and then you get a leg band, and you jog, and you do sit-ups, and you do leg lifts, and you do all sorts of crazy movements, but the reward is your character is fighting monsters. Really interesting gameplay. I wish I had a better setup so I could show you the game on my TV. I just don't have I don't have that kind of technology know-how. I'm not gifted like that. I don't know. I don't know where to begin. Things don't really work out for me when it comes to setting up electronics and stuff like that. But then there's always the classic to start you off. This is what I'm talking about. Just simple movements. You get the shake weight. And the shake weight is a great little idea that doesn't take much, but has a very profound impact on muscles, just like everything else I'm demonstrating. If you can just build the motivation to want to move, something as silly and gimmicky as this can make an impact on your body. That's why people really wanted to knock this when it first came out. I wanted one when I was fat and heavy, and people started noticing within a few weeks that I had muscles coming in. Oh, you just busted my chops to not leave for freaking 5 minutes crying, and now you're going to head out. Wow, I see how it is. Well, Tammy, no matter what, I appreciate you for joining me. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for liking. Please do join me in the future, because I'm going to go ahead and sign off for myself. I want to say Oyasumi Nasai and Pranoska, you've been a great fan today. I hope that I can support you in the future. Thanks again. Bye-bye now.